Oh, the babies.
Oh, right, that's true.
Dude. What happened?
I didn't get the point of any of this.
I'm pretty good at recapping episodes, but so what I got out of this episode was
Up
that
next, 5 reasons to avoid Pupa the anime.
yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Okay, so I think at the beginning of the episode, well, no, not at the beginning. So this lady had two babies that were both born like monsters. I'll probably get it. Yeah, probably later in the show, I'll tell you why, but it doesn't really matter because the baby had teeth, and if you have teeth and you're a baby, that means you're fucking Satan, dog.
The synopsis was totally all over the place, but I'll say that you still perfectly captured the show though, because the show is all over the fucking place.
That's what it is.
I don't know what the hell's going on. That's the
this lady gave birth to two. The baby gave birth to two babies. One that can be eaten every day, like a fucking McDonald's meal, and one that wants to eat every day, like and the average American. So they were born for each other. They were perfect. They're just like we're just like made to be together.
Bit his nipples off.
Just slowly sucking on her brother, dude.
She's just munching on him.
Take a little munch.
What the hell?
Android cat, I guess.
Isn't this like a dream sequence, and then there's a cat with... It's a symbiotic, codependent relationship between brother and sister, and you can masturbate to it if you feel so inclined. That's how it was written.
You
get stop for that fucking 5-minute scene where she's eating him sexually.
She's on your child. I mean, it's highly uncomfortable, but hey, man,
It's not for me personally. Wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'm not really into it, you know. Like, what if she just gets up and she's like, Oni-chan, and it just like starts putting like ketchup and mustard on him.
Oni-chan, you taste like shit today. Let me lay down some sauce on here.
Okay, think about it. Like, you only eat brother all day, you know? Like, man, I would probably need to change my diet up a little bit, you know? Because I'd get sick of brother after a while. To be honest.
What if he eats McDonald's for like a week and then he starts tasting like shit?
All those like the trans fats.
Like, you gotta start eating.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember the pineapple thing? If you eat pineapple, your goo tastes better. I mean, like, do you think like that works for human flesh?
I think so.
Probably, yeah.
She's like making him eat certain things. She's like cattling him.
If he regenerates, is his flesh like already perfect all the time? That's what I've always heard about regeneration stuff in fiction. Like, does that mean it becomes like its best possible form when it regenerates, or does it like
his muscles should become bigger when they regenerate?
Yeah,
he'd be like really like ripped by the end of the series.
Because of the damage.
Yeah, like
the repair.
Yeah, like how when you work out, you damage your muscles and they grow back bigger. They should do that when she eats them.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't want that because then the meat would be too tough, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to eat muscles.
Yeah, you want some tender meat. So, I mean, I don't
think she cares. I don't think she's too picky, actually.
I would get bored, honestly. If I was her, and I had like, I just can't stop thinking of the picture of her just looking her eyes over, just be like, and then I knew it was an evil baby, and then she's like, yeah, I'm a fucking evil baby, ma. Hey, ma, look at me, look at my fucking teeth, look at me, I'm a fucking evil baby. And then she's just like, I guess I gotta get out the box killer.
Don't give me that nipple. Don't give me that nipple. I'll chomp it.
I'll chomp that fucking nipple right off.
I think the question that's all on our minds is the penis meat good or bad?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, she was going down there, and I was like,
Like maybe
man,
it's
that
not
would
as
be.
good, or like you think it would be good just because it's like a delicate part, but like maybe the truth is that it's like garbage.
Yeah,
Maybe it's kind of like
she
gross
seems
and
like she
too tender.
avoided it. Like she went for his back and like his side and
How do you
arms.
like, and then like how do you chew out of a back? It's like a flat surface. It's like
You just gotta
when a
get
dog
your teeth
chews
in
a
there, man.
hole through a fucking wall. It's like how do you?
A little sister who eats her older brother. The ultimate sacrifice. Chad, recap what we watched for us. What is Pupa about?
Well, I liked Tony's recap, but all right, my play-by-play was a little brother. No, it's a brother and her little sister. They're gonna go home together. For some reason, she goes ahead. Maybe he had to sweep up the classroom. Who knows? And then there's a mysterious lady in a hat, and she gives a warning, but it's like kind of a bad warning because she's like, "Better not go outside when there's red butterflies." Oops, there's red butterflies. It's like a fever dream. What's going on?
I think it's like that the whole time.
She's like, "That's what I'm doing." Hello.
赤い蝶を見る前に
Oops.
Also monsters, and then she gets eaten or turns into.
All right, there's a dog.
I don't know, man. The pupa is because
Oh yeah.
There's a
monster inside
dog.
of the person.
There's a dog
Like a
and it
cocoon.
explodes into tentacles.
Yeah, this is giving me that kind of almost there vibes, but they're not ugly. If the characters were ugly, there you go.
Nice. Yeah, the
And
dog.
then she
And
turns
then
into a monster.
a lot of surreal stuff that's happening, like the dog turning into a monster, and then her being a monster, but then she's back normal again, and then she's eating her brother in what looks like a dreamy sequence, but then there's a cat with surveillance eyes.
There's an android
that
cat.
reveals like when technology like that enters a dream sequence, all of a sudden you're like, so this is happening.
I don't know anything.
Okay, what the hell? That always makes me laugh when they take shots of the anime and they use it in the cameras.
Yeah, I
like,
hate that.
How did the angle get there? Obviously, it's not. It's just for show.
ほらほら
Snippet.
女の子がいつまでもそんな格好ではダメよもっとも
You know what it feels like? You remember like those if you watch like any like TV show that make fun of like the avant-garde film, like like the avant-garde bullshit, like the surrealist, like fucking 15-year-olds. This is so deep.
Yeah.
Meets like a weeb. That's what it is. It's just fucking like, man, this is so deep and surreal. Also, I think about fucking my sister sometimes. That'd be hot. So like that's what it like the show is like just melted
it's like
all the way down.
A parody of avant-garde without being a parody. It's like very sincere the whole time.
It's like someone wanted to make fun of Serial Experiments Lane. Like, that type of show. But they're also like a huge edgelord and went to just put a bunch of edgy stuff in there, like killing babies and stuff.
They're like, how much I can eat celery and I'm only 2 days old.
And she looks like you can't do shit about it.
Yikes.
I need to put that
Yikes.
face in the thumbnail.
ごめんなさい
Yeah.
ごめんなさいでも
I like it.
俺の子供を産んでくれるよな。
Hurt me more, mother.
シロさん
And then they threw in sex as art, but it's not really art.
But
I don't know. It's just it was supposed to be sexual. I don't know. I mean, I didn't take it as that. I took it as just,
it's anime.
I just took
it's
it as
anime. What do you think?
I just took it as a very very wholesome time. Just slowly sucking on my brother, you know. That's not nothing's wrong with that.
In the beginning, they showed the very artistic shots, and they showed like the tasteful artistic nudity, right? So it's like
Yeah.
they're setting the precedence that like you're supposed to view this as like artistic, and then there's like a 5-minute scene of her sucking on her brother's flesh.
Bro, I wish that were me, man.
I wish I was getting eaten by my little sister every day, dude.
That meme where it's like, God, I wish that were me.
Yeah.
I was about to say, this is probably someone's fetish, and then I realized war exists. And I was like, this is a lot of people's fetish.
Yeah.
And then you could tell it was just like,
She was
they
like,
muddled
oh,
that message.
Oni-chan.
There was
Over and
nothing
over.
like, it was just,
I like how that one
Really?
lady recorded that in the worst way too.
yeah.
She was just recording her those two in the bathroom, and they're just watching with all the boys.
There's a lot of things that are like unbelievable in this, but I think the least believable thing is that they managed to create like an android cat that just looks exactly like a regular cat and is able to record with its eyes.
But he has little stitches across his coloring, so you know he's fabricated.
He is fabricated.
But it also gives it like this Soul Eater look, and I was like, that's dumb.
I mean, it could be a real cat body, but like android's insides, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not without the. I mean, this show is that weird that I don't think that they wouldn't.
Like they taxidermied a cat and then put all the computer parts inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, okay.
You probably thought this deer was alive, and this coyote was alive, and this pheasant was alive. Nope, they're not. They're dead. They've been taxidermized by Chuck Testa.
I mean, again, would I recommend this to anyone? No, absolutely not. Not a single human being.
Okay,
hey, I'm really into anime that involves sisters eating their brothers. Yo, I'm all out of anime. There's not a single anime like that. I can't think of a single one. Oopsie doopsie. Whoops, can't think of one. Sorry.
So the brother sister vor fetish, like someone with that specific fetish, you wouldn't even recommend this to them.
Yeah, no, I would not. Because on the off chance they don't like it, off chance that they don't like it, they're going to be upset with me. On the off chance that they do like it, they're going to want to have a conversation with me about it, and then I'm going to have to think of this anime again. So I'm going to probably not, you know.
Okay, but we have to get our good boy quota in, so you guys have to say something good about it too.
I like the. You go first.
Oh, I got one. I still love it. I love it when that baby does that little smirk with the teeth and goes I'm evil because I got teeth. That one shot is the entirety of is the best thing.
Well, that and the baby munching on the bird like it's like a granola bar, just taking a bite like an apple.
Wait, what?
The dream sequence, the reality stuff, you don't know what's happening, you're not sure what's real or not. I actually do like that stuff. It's just I didn't get to see the whole series, so I don't understand all the context, but it can make it very confusing, but it's also cool when people try it, because it makes you like, gives you this very postmodern-y feel, this very like, oh, I'm not sure what to believe.
お兄ちゃん本当にお兄ちゃんなの私まだ夢を見てる
大丈夫だ夢
It'll be interesting, because then it deserves rewatching when you do that, if you do it well, because then you watch the whole thing and you're like, you know, suppose like ideally at the end you have a much better idea of what was real and what wasn't, so then you go back and watch it again and you put the pieces together and you're like, whoa, that was cool that I got to get a second viewing out of this, you know.
Well, normally you would want to rewatch it. If this were a better thing, you would want to rewatch it.
Yeah, well, listen, I like that they were trying to be experimental, and sometimes you don't do it well, but that's the hazards of trying to be experimental. You don't always hit it. Guard. But at least...
Man, I wouldn't watch this. This is kind of a viewing hazard. They said the name. Oh boy!
Roll credits right now.
Koji, what was your favorite part of the episode? What was your high?
I think I like the soundtrack, the weird like Demon Souls music, where it's like synthesized instruments.
Well,
I remember the soundtrack being really
大き
interesting.
な蝶すごく綺麗
And it just sounds kind of like kooky and creepy. And some of the visuals were actually surprisingly well done.
it's like the girl on top of the boy and eating his back.
Well, like
Yeah, that was pretty good.
like the butterflies, all the stuff
Oh, yeah.
with like the bears. I like how they like did this weird, just off the wall like where they explain things using teddy bears, and that's just like a
I don't know.
common
That was
theme.
super eye roll to me. That was very like, we're gonna talk about dark subject matter while showing something kid friendly.
I'm sorry if I laughed too much, man. That's gonna be difficult to edit.
They didn't pull it off as well as they could have, but I liked that they tried to do something different with it.
俺の親父はよくおふくろを殴った。おふくろは黙ってそれに耐えていた。おふくろに飽きると今度は
Aww,
見てちゃ
how
う。
cute!
これが現実なんだ。そう言うと親父は笑いながら俺たちをもてあそんだ。
Why are you laughing?
俺と妹はただ時が過ぎるのを待つしかなかった。
Yeah.
And
I mean, I get where they're coming from. They're trying to do like the whole dolls. You know, when you, like when you have to go to the police office and ask, where did your uncle touch you? Like,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you guys
exactly.
have had to. Yeah, you guys have been through that a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
And like they usually pull out a teddy bear for me, and I just, I touch it all over. I think they were doing the same thing for that, but it was just so, just not well executed that it was just the point of funny, you know? My dad used to just beat the shit out of me. Look at these teddy bears. They're gonna describe it.
This is like the game dude when he gave his life story with the little dinosaur toys.
Oh my god, you're so right.
So what this person on YouTube did was they combined the first half into one episode because the episodes were only 5 minutes long.
Okay.
Oh, is that what all those little like
The title
little
cards?
titles
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I thought they were just like segments in the episode, and I was like, wow, they're really going for this like short segment. Everything has to have a title shit. I didn't realize it was just separate episodes spliced together.
And I think that's why this series ended up as incoherent as it did, because it's based off of a manga, so there's a full story. There's actually a full fleshed out story behind this, but they only gave it enough budget, I assume, for like short 5-minute episodes.
Well, are we gonna watch the fucking second episode?
Do you want to?
I mean, like, I'm down for it, but I mean, like, at the same time, I kind of want to. I do want to see the manga. I want to kind of get the. It feels like there's definitely something more to it. It feels definitely like stripped down.
The
I
question
think
is,
either
do you wanna
Chad
edit-
said the.
So, do you want to edit another episode's worth of content?
I mean,
I think we can save that for next podcast.
Yeah.
Be a good cliffhanger for everybody.
a cliffhanger, yeah, part 2 of Pupa. I can see the Clockwork Elves theory being true because have you seen Jack Dorsey and what he looks like? He looks like he hasn't slept in like a year. He's
Okay,
very
so
haunted.
can you explain me more of the Clockwork? I thought you were just talking about like just
Give me the quick
Clockwork Elves are
rundown.
just DMT, and they just go, oh, okay, and they get ideas and they just repeat them back, right?
Yeah,
I didn't-
they use drugs, and the drugs put them in they connect their minds to like another dimension so they can see the Clockwork Elves, and the Clockwork Elves put ideas in their heads and like manipulate them, and
yeah,
like yeah, that's the idea. And they're like demons.
that
They're
makes-
basically demons.
right. They're secretly demons.
Okay, I don't believe the demon part, but I can see the whole like getting high and then getting ideas because your brain is more
Well, the demon
Aware.
connotation comes from people who have like done DMT and they go to the bad place and they feel like life isn't worth living and then they kill themselves. And then people
Does that
who know
happen?
yeah, that's I read like this whole article this guy wrote about that. He knew someone that happened to him, and he said he himself was like dangerously close to the same thing, but he like got himself out of it. But like that's why some people I think will swear that like no, this is demons. I don't know if they like literally mean demons, but like they're just expressing that like this isn't actually good. Like this is like they're tempting you, and it's actually the path to ruin.